Hey, Jessie.
Lindsay, we've made it to the third episode.
We have.
Of the horrific saga of unfound and just portrayed upon by other people. Like
Injustice.
They just really, it was injustice. Like my mind is just completely blown on this one.
Well, while this is being re-released, we are at Rockville, and we are the kids that were or could have been targeted for the type of music that we listen to, just like these guys were.
Right, yeah.
And a whole case has been unsolved because of wearing a Metallica t-shirt.
Yeah, hashtag Devil's Knot, because it was in there.
Yes.
Oh.
And I've definitely plugged it in this episode, but make sure you guys watch The Devil's Knot, listen or read Damien Echols' book, Life After Death. It is one of the best things I've ever listened to.
Yeah.
And I actually listened to it twice. So
yeah,
may do it a third time.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to do the things, though. Thank you guys for tuning in to part 3. We're still at Rockville. We're doing the things. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're doing so much. And
brand new episode will be out next week, though.
Yeah.
And then we've got recap on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be talking about one of the performers that's at Rockville with us. So that's crazy, too. And I'm sure he would be like looking for justice just as well, because
absolutely
he is an activist. And I love all his aesthetics and the things he stands for, you know, with MMIW stuff or the pipeline stuff and the Native American stuff and the political stuff that he stands for. I love that he gets into that. So check out our new episode that was coming out with Randy Blythe.
I just have to say really quick that this Celsius that I've got in my drink is making me feel a little bit like Erica Kirk, heavy breathing in the microphone. I'm like,
yes.
That's cringy as fuck. But anyways, we're going to send you guys out on a good note and keep on listening, keep on trucking, follow the bands that we plug at the end because they're important. They're just as important as everything else we talk about.
Thank you so much for share, subscribe, and all the stuff that you do for us to help support our little hobby over here too. We really love all the feedback and all the stuff, and we keep seeing us grow a little bit more. Thank you guys so much.
And hey, hit us up in our DMs on Drink About Something on Instagram if maybe next year you want to join us at Rockville.
Let's
grow our party.
Yeah,
let's grow our campsite party.
That would be fun. Yeah, Orange Lot is where it's at. Yeah, it's always fun there. So great times. Have amazing
weekend.
Yes, and all the amazing stuff your way. And we're going to let this thing fly.
We love you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Friday. How you guys doing? Jessie here and
Lindsay.
And I just wanted to say that holy shit, we broke 100.
Yes.
100 downloads on our little project here, and we're loving every one of you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Yes. Keep it going.
You know, I enjoy doing little projects, and this is the most amazing as far as putting something out and then seeing a return so fast. Everybody's on board. They're loving it. The feedback is amazing. And we don't even care if it's not amazing. Just let us know what you think and we can
critique us. We can take it.
Because we're noobs. We're still noobs, but we're getting in this and I'm loving it. So it's Drink About Something.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
And we're drinking about the West Memphis Three. This is part 3. What 3. A journey.
This is not our final, though. I feel like we're going to revisit this later on, but this is the wrap up of a 3-part thing that we've been doing. And it's been an adventure.
Absolutely. This is all I've been living and breathing for over a month.
You have been. And last night you were like, you were making some notes and stuff, and you broke down just in the middle of that. And I looked over, I'm like, she's a puddle again.
I know.
There's
a lot of things to puddle about. I mean, it's just tragic.
Hey, your puffy hair and it purple, and it's just like flowing right now.
Wow.
Love it. I love it. So, talk to them. I'm going to take a drink.
All right. Let's get to it. So on part 2, we left off with Jessie Misskelley, Jason Baldwin, and Damien Echols being convicted of the capital murder of Stevie Branch, Christopher Byers, and Michael Moore, all because of a false confession, lies, and circumstantial evidence. I forgot to mention in the first 2 parts that the narrative on the satanic devil shit was so thick that they assigned this case as 93-05-666.
The mark of the beast.
Right. But it actually should have been 93-05-555.
So they edited that shit to make it like that? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Because if you're 555,
sex.
if you're 555,
I'm sex. Sorry.
We had a mishap there with my water falling.
I really think that most of the metal music we listen to is just like a joke to come back.
It is.
Satanic.
It is. It's just a...
So like Slipknot doing that song is just like, what's it like to be a heretic? You know, we're not. We're just trying to do our own thing because.
Right. And we just like things a little heavier in life. That's all.
Like heavy music, but the whole joke of fucking Satanic Panic has just been that. And they rolled it for 20 years at least, right?
It's still going on in different...
In our experience.
Right.
Of course, they did it back in the 1600s. They did it back...
It's been all through time because people get bored and there has to be some kind of fucking panic.
They would march on a field, 20,000 people and kill another 20,000 in the name of Jesus because, they were the devil, right?
Every religion, every type of everything has been persecuted at one point or another. Right. Nobody's been done more than the next.
Right.
Or more than the last.
But I mean, you know what? Hey, I believe in God. I'm sorry. I do. I believe in a creator. And, with that being the God that we've been taught over the last 2,000 years, I kind of believe that. I mean, I really do. And it's not kind of.
But everything else that goes along with it, we're just not about all that.
It twists so much. Yes. And the reality of how twisted it can be over 2,000 years and all these other authors and people that have just jumped into it and rewrote it and made it their own thing. I don't believe that, but I do. I have a connection. I do. I have a connection. I believe there's a higher being and live right and
do good.
Walk that walk and you can
love and
have an after
give
something because there is something after.
Be a good person. And that's really all that matters.
This Bloody Mary is good. And I keep fucking hitting it. I'm sorry.
So I also forgot to mention that Damien's girlfriend at the time, Dominique Tier, was 4 months pregnant when he was arrested, and he became a father in jail and awaiting trial.
Oh.
Yeah, I completely forgot that whole part.
Everything thickens.
Yes. So what happened after the convictions? So all of them, of course, had a really rough time. They were convicted child murderers and supposed rapists, even though the medical examiner ruled out rape, it was still suggested in all the trials.
So Jared was going full fucking bull at that time.
Mm-hmm. So they were all brutally beaten and raped by prisoners and guards. Damien got the worst of this because he was on death row. They care a lot less about prisoners on death row than prisoners for life or, for minor discrepancies. So Damien was also sent to solitary confinement immediately. Okay. Jesse would actually try to get into solitary confinement because the constant noise of prison really fucked with him. He would go in there just to have quiet time.
Right.
Really.
That's what I'm saying. Like in his mental state, he felt like a 9-year-old in prison. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
God. Yeah. And there is always
child.
Constant noise there.
Don't do it, Lindsay. Don't do it.
So about a year after they had been in prison, Jason received a letter from the counselor that had spoke with Michael Carson about the case. And then Michael went on to testify that Jason had confessed to him. Remember that? In that letter, the counselor said that this was all from a conversation that he had had with him. He said, quote, "We were discussing details of the case and what was being said in the media. And then he went to the police and said that you confessed to him." This was counselor to Jason. The counselor apologized and said it was wrong of him and out of line to be discussing this with another inmate. He said he felt so guilty that he went to Jason's lawyer, Paul Ford. When Paul Ford asked if he would testify to this, the counselor said yes. Then they told him he was not allowed to testify, but he did not know why. Paul Ford tried to use this letter and tried to get Jason a new trial based on this and the fact that Judge Burnett had met with the prosecution privately without the defense, and Judge Burnett did not deny this.
So Ford was the only person that was like trying to step in a little bit for how shitty of a deal that this 9-year-old, well, in his mind.
No. Jason was the one that was best friends with Damien. Jessie was the one that had the confession.
Yeah, so he's trying to make a better deal.
He's trying to get a new trial because they all know that these kids didn't do this. They know that.
There's nothing there, right?
Even though Judge Burnett did not deny this, he was the judge that had to rule on his own behalf because he was the original trial judge. So he got all the say-so. So, of course, a new trial was denied, as well as appeals and new evidence. Jason was able to find his place in prison and made the best of a horrible situation. So it's like you find the less hot place in hell and hang out there. Yeah.
Right.
And so did Jessie eventually, both being able to get jobs and do schooling, but they never stopped fighting for their innocence. So Damien's situation was a whole lot different. He was in solitary confinement for a total of a decade of his sentence, which made his eyesight terrible. And in his book, he would talk about the blankets of mosquitoes that would come out when it was hot.
What?
And the constant chirping of crickets. Like he said, it would like make you almost go mad.
How would you not, right?
And he also did say, I didn't put this in my notes, but he also said that like 95% of inmates on death row are mentally unstable or mentally handicapped. There's always, so the other 5% that is not are usually the not guilty ones.
So he's in this for years.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Already at this point, years.
So the brutality of the guards, threats from the warden, he was immediately taken off his antidepressants because they don't care about all that on death row. So he went into horrible withdrawal. And of course, that was a complete nightmare. I mean, just it's things you never want to imagine. Never want to imagine. He said he would agree to do more and more interviews and it would stop some of the abuse because he would openly talk about it. And then it was reported, like, you know, outside sources would report the abuse that he was going through.
Right. So this guy that knows that he's innocent has been locked up in solitary confinement for years. It gets no help. Nobody gives a shit.
I'm getting there. He does get some help, but it still takes a very long time to make moves happen.
Right.
So he would also find solace in Buddhism and that he would just meditate for hours on end. He didn't want anything to do with Christianity because Christians had been the one to put him away for a crime he didn't commit.
They let him down. They let him down.
100%.
So what he believed, honestly, because he wanted to be Catholic, right?
Right.
So what do you believe?
Yes, he was very, I mean, he was different. He was interested in a lot of different religions, but he went to Catholic mass. Like
he had to say that
schedulally.
Like, that was his calling, right?
Just to be able to go.
But obviously it really was. So in a form, that was just his
he chose
vibe.
his name after a father who later became a saint.
Right. Yeah. So toward finding that connection that it's instilled upon us, you know, before everybody else fucks it up. Right.
Right.
So it's instilled upon us because you have a connection with something that ties everything together, you know, and you want to have something afterwards. You want to have an understanding, you know.
Yes.
And so there's that.
You want to believe there's something higher out there that you can talk to and rest your confidence in to help a horrible situation get better.
And the twisted of everything else
And like I said, Damien already had
That's
these
what
like
let him
shitty.
down.
I mean, all these boys had shitty childhoods. Like there was not. I haven't heard of one single wholesome fucking family in this entire case.
That's some poor
they
ass
all
decisions in
had
West
some
Memphis.
shit
Yeah.
that they went through.
But I mean, hey, I was raised in some poor decisions too.
Mm-hmm.
So were you, and people just need to be people, and they need to try to teach everybody in the right way. Just let everything just be honest. And I'm sorry that kind of gets me, and I'm sure it's getting you right now, because you look back and the way that people portray something that they're grabbing a hold to because it's trendy. It's fucking trendy. It's what everybody else is doing. So we're going to do that too. If you don't do that, you're not a good Christian. Mm-hmm. You're not going to heaven if you don't look down upon somebody that's a little bit different.
Right.
But we're supposed to accept everybody
that don't fit the mold. What is the mold? In 1996, Jesse's attorneys filed an appeal for 7 court justices to look at his confession and to acknowledge that the confession was the only evidence against him, and that it was confusing as far as the time of events went and tons of inconsistencies. And they agreed to that. But it was just fine for the verdict to remain. And
that's why we were getting heated right there. Like, I'm starting to see all this wrapped together, and there's nothing to fucking wrap together. Yeah.
And Dan Stidham never gave up. Like I said, Dan Stidham was Jesse's attorney, and he was one of his attorneys, and he stood by his side all the way.
So he's the angel that we're looking for. That's
there's many angels in this story, but he, like I said, he was the OG. He stuck by Jesse.
He knew, and he was like, I'm going to put my career on the line for this bullshit.
And he was a public defender. He didn't have to put all that effort into it.
Martin one, it's like he stuck with him, and he was just like, I'm going to put my whole career on this. I watched that, by the way, the other night. Oh, check out that one, guys. McMartin.
And we're going to watch West, after this part, we can actually watch West of Memphis, because I need you to watch it. I haven't
seen it yet. Yeah. I mean, I thought I'd seen parts and pieces of something, but
that way we can sob together and release. Okay.
We're going to cry later.
Yeah. So old Vicky Hutchison, remember her?
Yeah.
She ended up recanting her story and was mad she never received reward money, because remember, they used her testimony and of course interviewed her son without her being present. And that was all used against all 3 of them. And she even tried to sue. Wow. At first, she said that what really happened was she had broken up with a boyfriend, and on the day she attended this supposed spot, she had actually gotten blackout drunk on some wild turkey and went somewhere.
Kicking chicken? Kicking chicken?
And she went somewhere with someone and had seen some weird shit.
I'm sorry.
But then she just ended up saying that she lied about it all, and she was just sorry.
Back down to a woman saying some bullshit, right?
Hey, don't down all of us. We're not all pieces of shit like that, okay?
Love you guys.
But at the same time, women be out there doing the work. The ones that are not pieces of shit, they're out there doing the work.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm going to get to a badass woman here in a minute.
Here we go.
So in 1996, the first part of the Paradise Lost documentaries were shown at the Sundance Film Festival and select small theaters, and that started a whole movement. So remember, Joe Berlinger and Bruce Sinofsky had went down to Arkansas to make a documentary about 3 teenage murderers, but then they were like, wait, they didn't do this. And they vowed to keep making these until they were freed.
It's common ass sense.
Exactly.
Right. Common ass sense.
An outpouring of support for the 3 started. Writer Burke Sauls, graphic artist Kathy Backen, and photographer Grove Pashley from LA started WM3.org, and the West Memphis Three movement was born.
Were they from LA or are they from
LA?
That's where they were from, right? LA.
And the tacos are so much better
so good in LA.
Okay, that's from Letterkenny. You got to watch Letterkenny.
Yeah. We talked about that once or twice before. Go ahead.
So they would do interviews and constantly update the website about things that were going on in the case and pictures of the 3 and so forth. So after the release of the first part of Paradise Lost, there were 3 total. One came out in 96, the second in 2005, and the third in 2010. So after the first was an absolute angel of a woman named Lori Davis, who was an architect in New York. She reached out to Damien and they started a regular correspondence.
You know what? The last one took place kind of close to LA, didn't it? Or it was near San Francisco.
What do you mean?
Like McMartin? We were talking about like...
Oh, yeah, that was in, oh my God, what was it called? Manhattan Beach, California.
Beach. So okay, so back to Californians, back to credit to Californians, because it's full circle, right? There is great people everywhere, but there's a lot of non-common sense people to actually push this whole narrative into putting people in prison for years, right? But God, I couldn't believe it. I mean, what if we're just sitting here right now and then they just bust in and create that kind of havoc
whole
on
narrative,
your life, you know? I mean, the last
because
one
of
we talked
the
about
music that we like and the clothes that we wear and our house that is fully decorated in Halloween decor, even though Halloween has become
by the way,
an absolute trending holiday. And I am so happy about
Halloween is. And you know what? You don't have to embrace anything other than what it is. We're
it's
just
a
having
vibe,
a little
just
fun.
like the
like to
chill
play
in the
dress up.
air,
We like
the
to have
spooky
something different.
vibes, the ambiance, everything is just, it's a whole, it's a feeling. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah, it's the part of the, what you like to call sweater weather.
Sweater weather. Even though it's warmed up a little bit, but in the morning it's nice.
I'm giddy right now. Like, I'm wanting to see this whole conclusion of everything that you've wrapped up, even though this could go on for like another 5 more episodes, I'm sure. And you're just like,
you can go into the misconduct of the jury, the misconduct of the prosecution, just misconduct
what's here,
everywhere.
What's there, what's fake, what's real. All of it seems like it's just a farce, you know.
So Lori Davis reached out to Damien, and she was an architect in New York. She reached out to Damien, and they started a regular correspondence. They ended up falling in love.
Oh.
Not love. And were married in prison using a Buddhist ceremony in 1999.
I love you, Billy. She would put her boob up on the window.
Quit.
I'm sorry.
This was sweet.
Okay.
Don't take away from the sweetness of this, okay?
Oh, Billy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
So Lori ended up quitting her job and moved to Arkansas to work on Damien's case. Well, actually, pretty much all 3 of them, because, it was all tied together.
Right. One big old hootamaroo, toodaloo.
And she did that full time, just constant work. They married in 99, and I'll reveal later how long it took, but just remember that, 99.
To devote that time and just be like, you know what? I'm throwing away, because what kind of income do you have? How do you do this?
So I'm getting there.
Okay. How do you do this?
So now this can't happen without support. So luckily, Henry Rollins from Black Flag.
Henry Rollins?
Henry Rollins. Hold on. Let me get through this.
Come on, girl. I'm excited.
Chuck D from Public Enemy.
What?
Johnny Depp.
Oh, hello.
Queen Natalie Maines from the Dixie Chicks. God, I love her. Listen, she may be a country singer, but she is metal as fuck.
So, like, this is the biggest fucking bombshell right now to me, right?
I know. Hold on. I even got to the...
No, do not. Okay.
And Eddie Vedder. The love of my grunge heart.
Oh.
Eddie Vedder.
Hang on a minute. Lindsay. Lindsay.
Eddie Vedder.
Let me creep up next to the mic, because y'all can barely fucking hear me anyhow, because I'm nothing. So we went to a Pearl Jam show one time, and it sold the fuck out, of course.
Okay,
right?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, tell me.
Pause that. Let me keep going before we share that story, because it's important. I already had that story.
Okay, I'm not going to pause it.
Don't pause it, but y'all put a pin in that. We went and seen Pearl Jam.
We're coming back.
And we're coming back.
Keep on going, girl. Oh my God.
So all of them would visit in prison, and Eddie Vedder was especially close to Damien and Lori. There were benefit concerts, donations to legal funds, compilation albums. So much love and support was given to the 3, and Lori was at the forefront of it all.
This is the realm that I'm loving right now.
I know. I've been dying to get to this.
This is why you've been geeking? Like, so,
hold on. We're getting
on for days. Go, Lindsay. Yes. Go, Lindsay. Go, Lindsay.
So after the second part of Paradise Lost came out in 2005, Sir Peter Jackson and his wife Fran Walsh from Lord of the Rings got involved. They were the writers, directors, producers of the whole trilogy plus the Hobbit movies, and would later on to go on and make West of Memphis.
What?
Yes. They donated millions to the legal fees and fight for appeals and new evidence to be presented. During the filming of the first Paradise Lost, cameraman Doug Cooper was given a knife from John Mark Byers. Remember John Mark Byers? I'm sure you watched the first part of Paradise Lost with me, a little bit of it. He was the loudest one. He was the loudest motherfucker in the room.
The serrated knife that
hold on a second.
Okay.
We're getting there. So John Mark Byers was the loudest one. So it obviously in the first one. So, I mean, honestly, because of how loud and theatrical he is,
charismatic.
You start suspecting him. Okay.
Charismatic. Trying to prove this point. Like, I'm going to talk over you, even though I'm wrong, to make you believe that I'm right.
Right.
Okay.
So John Mark Byers was the adoptive father of one of the victims, Christopher Byers. So this knife was a Kershaw hunting knife. When the crew returned home to New York, they discovered the knife appeared to have blood on it. And the HBO execs ordered them to return it to the WMP, the WMPD.
Oh, so this is a new knife, not the one that was in the pond.
Yes, this is a different knife that they found that they said belonged to Jason, which was basically not the murder. It's confusing. You watch the documentaries, you guys.
Okay.
I will say that more than once. Okay. So John Mark, so this got John Mark looked at for quite a while. And it surely did help that, like I said, he was the loudest, most theatrical person on the documentaries. And part 2 really focuses on him and his past and present discretions. See, John Mark had several run-ins with the law: abuse, harassment of exes, drug dealing, Rolex scams, stealing of antiques, abuse of Christopher Byers before his death, the day of his death.
One time I was given a fake Rolex. Sorry, go ahead.
And even whooped another person's child.
What?
Yeah. And Melissa Byers, mother of Christopher Byers,
beat him kids.
She died of suspicious causes not too long after the murders. So Paradise Lost first, they start filming in 93 when all these trials are going on. The first one comes out in 96. By the 2005, when the second one comes out, she's already dead. She's gone.
Okay.
Yes, that's Christopher Byers' mother, one of the victims. A forensic scientist noticed possible bite marks on one of the victims, Stevie Branch. The bite marks were tested and they were not a match to Jessie, Jason, or Damien.
Any of the dental records, it just does not hook up. And
of course, this goes on later on because, DNA evidence got better as we progressed through the years. And unfortunately, there are millions of people that sit in prison waiting on this type of technology to advance, or this type of science to advance, just to help clear their name.
Right.
So they couldn't test John Mark because he had all his teeth removed. Now, remember I told you to remember Terry Hobbs.
Yes. Hobbs.
All right.
Hobbs.
So let's revisit Terry Hobbs. Shortly after the trials, Pam Hobbs began to think that Terry Hobbs was the killer. Pam Hobbs was Stevie Branch's mother, and Terry Hobbs was his adoptive father.
Right.
So Terry Hobbs was a horribly abusive man. He had actually beaten Pam on the day of the murders. On the day. So November 6, 1994, he beat her again, and she called some relatives and told them about it. And police got involved as well. Her relatives showed up ready to confront Terry, and he refused to talk about it and went to his truck and got a gun. Pam's brother, Jackie Hicks, tackled Terry to the ground, and Terry shot him in the abdomen and pointed the gun at the rest of the family, threatening them as well. He was arrested, but John Mark Byers or Terry Hobbs did very little time for the shit that they did. But we've got 3 innocent guys in life sentences and death row.
So you think they were like focusing away from their,
I don't know if you remember from part 1
suspect.
where I said that the Arkansas, the West Memphis PD was actually under investigation for drug shit. And I honestly believe, and I don't know, I haven't dove deep enough because like I said, this shit on all the people involved in this could go on forever and ever. But I mean, I honestly believe that they were in cahoots with a lot of the
there was some dirty drugs with the PD, like the local PD.
Because John Mark and Terry Hobbs were both drug dealers.
Oh, some dirt. Oh, God. It happens in every fucking small town. West Memphis is actually a small town. It's not much bigger than our town.
Right.
If you look at it, I Googled it.
It's about the size of McClinney. I would compare it to McClinney. So McClinney now compared to West Memphis then, I think is comparable.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And by the way, we are from Lake City, population of 12,000.
Lake City, Florida.
in between Gainesville and Jacksonville, Florida.
You know, it's a perfect little spot.
Yeah.
We're not far enough away from we can go to Jacksonville, we can do our stuff, we can go to Gainesville, Florida.
It's a good home base if you like to get out of the city a lot.
And we love to get out.
And that's what we do.
We don't do. I mean, I love Lake City. I love it, but we're not fucking with y'all as far as entertainment, fun. There's nothing to do here, so I come here for the river and floating down like the springs and all the
we got springs for days. Hit us up. We'll take you.
Yes,
we'll take you on a spring hop.
We need to have a tubing. Like if we get a bunch of people together one of these days, we'll have like a
drink about
something
tubing event.
Yes. And we'll bring all the good drinks. It's coming. Go ahead, girl.
Okay. So later on, when he decides to sue Queen Natalie Maines from the Dixie Chicks for defamation because she, along with many others, believed that he was the killer, this opened up all his bad history. Depositions and shit have to get involved. You sue a award-winning record, making. Yes.
So I want to just
shut up, Terry Hobbs.
Well, I just
want
to say, I want to say, shh! Don't you talk about Terry.
Don't you talk about Natalie.
Everyone's talking about Terry.
So when asked about this instance where, he beat his wife and shot his brother-in-law, he chuckles.
What?
Like absolutely laughs. It's on the documentaries.
So he's
that is for real.
You can't touch him.
So DNA was eventually found in the shoelaces of the boys. Thank you, Peter Jackson. He made all that happen.
It wasn't none of theirs,
Peter
right?
Jackson from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this DNA was hair. That was a match to one Terry Hobbs, but not a match to Jessie, Damien, or Jason. It was also a match to 1.5% of the population. Circumstantial, yes, but still. Another hair on the scene was matched to his good friend David Jacoby.
Ooh.
Terry had hung out with David on the day of the murders, and David actually contradicts his alibi. Terry said that he was searching with the other parents of the boys, along with the little Amanda, his daughter, who was 4 at the time. Remember, I told you to also remember Amanda.
You told me to remember Amanda Hobbs. Yes, you did.
So he was saying he was doing this at 6 p.m. But John Mark Byers didn't report them missing until 8:30. And Byers said that he hadn't seen Terry during this time period and signed an affidavit on that.
They were looking for them before they were looking for them.
Right.
Bullshit.
Yes. So then he said he was with David Jacoby in the Robin Hood Hills area around 6:30, which is a contradiction. He also said that there was a ton of people searching around that time, but that was just a lie. It was much later in the evening when they were searching. Much later.
Your times right, guys. You got to have your times right.
David Jacoby said that he was not searching with Terry in the woods around this time. He had just driven around with him briefly, but never went into the woods.
I wonder if they were listening to Pearl Jam while they were doing it. Sorry.
We'll get there. So now Terry had beat his wife, assaulted neighbors in the past. He had also abused Stevie and Amanda. He would even get pissed at Pam for laying with Stevie until he would fall asleep. If he would have trouble falling asleep at night, probably because he was being fucking abused by his fucking stepdad.
Yeah, trying to get away, right? Yeah.
Amanda has a whole breakdown on camera about the abuse, and she believes that she has a ton of repressed memories and cannot figure out what was real or what was not. She was an absolute mess. And you'll see that because we're going to watch West Memphis later.
You know what, Lindsay?
After this is done.
Lindsay.
Yes.
Lindsay.
Yes.
We're the most fired up we've ever been doing this right now. I don't know if it's because of Bloody Marys or whatever, but
well, I told you this has been all I've been doing other than working and teaching our kids school.
I am fired up. Like I know you are ready to keep going, but I just wanted to say this is fucking amazing. If you guys like this, share it to some folks. Like we really are loving all the support and
so much. We love you guys. Please keep listening. Bear with us in our growth.
My post boomer ass. I mean, I'm not a boomer.
We're millennials.
We're millennials.
We're elder millennials.
But I found out on Spotify, like if you click on the little gear, you can download all of our stuff automatically.
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
help
Lindsay.
us out with them downloads.
I was like, hey, Lindsay, we're almost at 100. Watch this. Boom. And we got like 103.
That's the app that we're using. That's how we get like our little achievements from the downloads.
Yeah.
We know that we've got more listeners than that, but
Everywhere.
the downloads.
Yeah, Buzzsprout is amazing. Like just sharing and helping build all this. We want to see movement. We're seeing amazing movement. And I've been completely surprised at so much love. And thank you guys so much. And but the website, right? DrinkaboutSomething.site. Yeah. It's easy, and all of the links are there, and all the stuff's there. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to plug that real quick.
Yes,
and I'm just
we'll plug it one more time before we're done completely.
I am fucking ready to unleash this shit. I feel like the little juggalo guy that says "fuck this shit," and then he jumps onto something. You ever see him on on stuff? I think TikTok or something, but. I'm like, fuck this shit right now, but I'm a little drunk because of this Bloody Mary, by the way. This is a great day. Go ahead. I'm not interrupting anymore. I'm gonna let you fucking roll. I just wanted to say my piece, and I'm done. I promise.
I got some shit
won't
to
even
deliver,
talk anymore.
sir.
I'm just gonna let you go. I promise. I'm not gonna say anything else, even though I'm fired up. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm just okay. I'm sorry. Go.
So, family members had come forward and said that her and Stevie both had told them of sexual abuse. The neighbor who had saw Terry with the boys at 6 p.m. on the day of the murders was interviewed on the documentaries, but was never asked by police or investigators. When she saw them, she didn't think anything of it because that was one of their dads. But later on, she learned that he had said he didn't see them at all that day, and she knew that was a fucking lie. Like, she spoke with them, and she was on her way to church and left at the same time every week.
I wonder if she was scared to say anything because
you can look at him and tell that he was a person that people would be like, hey, and not, hey, how you doing, Terry? What's up, good bro? You know, it was
a different whole ass vibe. Yeah.
So remember how there was bite marks that didn't match the three?
Right.
Our three that are, serving prison time.
Right.
Well, Terry had also had his teeth removed. Later on, Pam Hobbs found a lockbox belonging to Terry that contained Stevie's favorite knife and some partial dentures that he had the time of the murders.
Oh.
In West Memphis Three friends of Hobbs' family members came forward and said these murders were spoken about and referred to as the Hobbs family secret. Michael Hobbs, Terry's nephew, said this under oath. Yeah.
So they're finding more stuff that they can consider.
So in 2013, two separate affidavits were signed by Billy Wayne Stewart and Benny Guy saying that, trigger warning, on May 5th, 1993, Terry Hobbs, David Jacoby, and two teenagers showed up to his house to buy some drugs. The affidavits say that they saw Terry Hobbs and David Jacoby kissing in a truck, and that Terry Hobbs was a closeted bisexual. The drugs transaction was made, and Terry and David and the teenagers were riding around and drove into the Blue Beacon Wood right by Robin Hood Hills. Terry then asked the teenagers to get out and wrestle. Sexual things started happening, and the three victims appeared on their bikes and saw them. Stewart says that one of the teenagers told him that Terry said to get them little fuckers, and Jacoby grabbed them and started beating them. Then ordered the two teenagers to pull down the victim's pants, one of the victim's pants, whom had to have been Christopher Byers, because he was, And then Terry repeatedly bit his penis and scrotum and cut the boy's genitals, and he killed the other two because they saw it.
Now I'm sober.
Benny Guy's story was very similar in his affidavit. Now, even if this is circumstantial, isn't that all that they had on Damien, Jason, and Jessie?
Yeah.
That's all that they had.
Just talk.
All this was completely ignored, by the way. All of this. Yeah. All these confessions, all of these affidavits
is all
completely ignored.
It's all tied into the PD.
Yes.
And there's some drug shit going on there, some under fucking...
And like I said, John Mark Byers and Terry Hobbs both have huge records of shit that neither one of them did much time for. Well, but Jesse, Jason, and Damien are in for life and on death row.
So backstreet, underhouse, discarded drawer wearing bullshit.
I mean, hair and teeth marks completely take them out of the scene. But oh well, I guess. Right?
We're going to ride this wave.
Yeah.
Right?
And John Mark Byers actually completely changes his mind and definitely is sure that Terry Hobb did this, and even wrote Damien and apologized and asked him for forgiveness, and Damien forgave him.
But how the fuck do you forgive those many years?
Damien did it.
How do you fucking forgive that?
Damien has a forgiveness level that I will I don't think I could ever.
But he's a devil worshiper,
be
right?
on. But he's selfish, a devil worshiping, satanic ritual committing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but he has the heart of a saint,
and they corresponded for years.
Named after a saint.
You completely see the change in John Mark Byers from, and he even says in one point. Because one of the cameramen were like, well, you know, you were on the bandwagon of this. And he was like, yeah, I led the bandwagon.
Right. And everything that he wanted to say, he was told to shut the fuck up. You know, like there was the wheels were off the bandwagon.
Now, I mean, John Mark Byers is loud as fuck on camera, but what he could say and do in the court of law is a completely different story.
Right.
All right. So John Burnett had denied all the appeals because he was the original trial judge. After new evidence was presented, the statements against Terry Hobbs and DNA, Damien's attorney filed a motion for a new trial, but it was not granted, of course. Terry Hobbs did not win the case against Natalie Maines and was ordered to pay her legal fees of $1,700. Yes, there's some justice right there. But Terry Hobbs said he ain't paying the Dixie Chips a damn thing. I just think it's funny that he lost.
Yeah, good.
So evidence eventually came out that the lacerations on the boys were not from a knife. They were in fact post-mortem, and they think it was turtles. The area that they were found was actually called Turtle City, and they are most aggressive in the month of May. And we know that. Reptiles living in Florida, we know that reptiles are the most aggressive in the month of May.
And we live, there's like...
Jesse and I were walking around the lake in the month of May.
That's breeding.
And we
season.
saw a gator on the bank, and you bet your asses we turned around and walked in a different direction.
I was going to walk by it, but it was too close to like the path.
So close.
And I was like,
nah.
That would be within 5 feet of
go
my
a different
fucking
route.
leg. I can't outrun a gator. I'm too fat.
So Lori Davis, Damien's wife, actually became an expert on this subject because she studied a lot of this trying to clear his name and the other two's name. So in November of 2010, the Arkansas State Supreme Court did order a new trial due to new evidence. Steve Braga, one of Damien's legal team, suggested that they try a rare legal move, the Alford plea.
So I heard about this. I heard about it. So is that like they're saying, okay,
I'm going to explain it all.
Well, I'm just, so what I wanted to say before you explain it, is that like saying you don't have enough evidence to actually convict me and hold me in prison, but I'm going to say that I'm guilty. Is that how that works?
So
tell me.
This is where the convicted plead guilty, but maintain their innocence. This plea began in 1970 when Henry Alford was indicted for first-degree murder. He claimed he was innocent, but he knew that there was enough evidence damning him and they could convict him on that evidence. So he pled guilty on second-degree murder to save himself from the gas chamber, and it became a thing. It became the Alford plea.
Right.
Plea.
So you're just like, I'm guilty, but there's nothing to hold me.
There is. Well, there's evidence. Well, that's where you're wrong. There's evidence to convict them, but they didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? They can use the circumstantial evidence against them to convict that person, but they maintain their innocence. So prosecution who wanted to save face in new trials, because this could have been blown up and went on for actually a lot longer than it had to.
Well, they weren't looking at the right things to begin with.
Right. Prosecution wanted to save face, so they agreed. They didn't want to have 3 more trials.
Right.
But all 3 had to agree with it, and they would be able to go free. All 3 of them. They would not be able to sue for wrongful imprisonment, and this case would be marked as solved. Damien, of course, was on board, or he was going to die.
Right.
So like they had the only thing that had saved him, like he got a new death date every year, sometimes twice a year.
So what this is they're going to say they did it, but you don't have anything enough.
What they're saying, and you'll see in the documentary, they are saying that they plead guilty because they know that there is evidence to convict them, but they maintain innocence. That is exactly what has to be said to enter an Alford plea.
So, Lindsay, that gives everybody an out where they can't find the actual fucking killers.
Right.
Oh, God damn.
Exactly. Jessie was also on board, but Jason was not at first. He did not want to plead guilty to a crime he didn't commit and still had hopes that his name would be completely cleared. Like, he was in prison, yes, and that sucked, yes, but he had found his place. He had a job, he was going to school, and was actually looking forward to his upcoming school because he was studying law to deal with shit
Jessie
just like
Misskelley?
this. Jason.
Okay.
Jessie Misskelley he wasn't doing that. Jessie was just working and coping with prison, where Jason was trying to make shit happen.
Yeah, okay.
Damien couldn't do shit because he was on death row.
Those two, for some reason,
I know. It's
twice.
the J&J, right.
But I think it's because I haven't ate the bacon that's in my Bloody Mary yet.
So like I said, Jason still had hopes that his name would be completely cleared, and he was willing to do whatever it took to get there. He was ready to die in prison to get his name cleared. But Lori and Eddie Vedder reached out to Jason's partner and begged her to convince him otherwise. And he finally agreed for Damien's sake. Jason Baldwin is that's the friend that you want. He refused to testify against Damien because it was wrong, and that was his best friend. And he agreed to do something that he actually didn't want to do to save Damien's life.
This bacon is so good. Sorry.
And on August 19th, 2011, after almost 19
years
of imprisonment, where Damien had spent 10 of that in solitary confinement, they entered the Alford plea and walked out free men.
Right then. They were just like, we're just going to...
I'm going to cry. Oh.
Fuck the bacon. Like, the Alford plea. Like, that is just a bunch of shit to eat. And it frees everybody, right? It's like
they walked out that day.
We're not gonna even continue finding anybody.
No, they were done. Lori Davis had been one of them even said, "Will this get rid of Lori Davis?" That's how much of a badass bitch she was. She stayed on that shit. They married in 1999. He didn't get out till 2011. That is 12 years of marriage. That's how long you and I have been together, that they were not able to be together.
And that is some real love. So there's two angels in the outfield, right?
There's many angels, but that Dan Stidham and Lori Davis, and of course Peter Jackson, Natalie Maines, and Eddie Vedder. I mean, Henry Rollins. They are all just, these people did the work.
So that's across
because of shit they believed in.
Four different genres of different kind of music that just tied in, and movies.
Yeah, you got your punk, you got your grunge, you got your country. And what else is there?
Lord of the Rings.
And even Marilyn Manson got involved, but I mean, in Damien's book, he said, Damien's book, he said that Marilyn actually said, "You might not want to put me on a pedestal because it might hurt you."
It would
just as much, yeah, and it would have. So still to this day,
as Marilyn Manson is, he was smart enough, and that's good. That's good.
So this was Lori and Damien's first time together, like really together after 12 years of marriage.
I want to cheers to love.
Yes, cheers to love. That is a love like I ain't never even heard of,
I couldn't. I mean, I love you, but I wouldn't expect you to do that. But if
that's a lot. But if you know what, if I knew for a fucking without a shadow of a doubt that you didn't commit something, I would work as hard. I don't know if I could get them connections. But
you better get Eddie Vedder in here.
Calling Eddie. I'm going to contact Damien first. Be like, hey, can you hook me up with Damien or with Eddie?
Because Jessie out.
Yeah.
The stamp on it, but still, that's love. Like, cheers to love.
So that very same evening, there was a whole concert for them with Pearl Jam and the Dixie Chicks at their hotel, and it was attended by tons of supporters. And the next day. This is where we can go back to our experience with Eddie Vedder. The next day, Eddie Vedder takes Lori and Damien to his place in Seattle. So that was like their little honeymoon, and Eddie made that happen. Here, I'm gonna start with what I heard first, and then you can continue with our experience. Mm-hmm. So Jessie and I had planned to go see Pearl Jam for the first time since we fell in love with them in the 90s. I think it was 2015. Was that right?
Yeah, they were coming to Jacksonville.
And before I went, I had a manager at my job tell me, oh, well, let me tell you about my experience with Eddie Vedder. You know, he's a dick. And I didn't want to hear that because I love Eddie Vedder. And I'm sorry, but the circumstances that we're going to talk about leads me to believe otherwise. Not only did he do this for Damien Echols, a prisoner on death row, and his wife, Lori Davis, but what else did he do, Jesse?
With a music career, like, you're going to go through phases, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody that's young, they're like the rock star. We're a rock star, so we're going to party. We're going to do our things. Just like Korn, just like Metallica.
Everybody's been through some shit, and they've all got stories to tell.
They're going to go through their drugs. They're going to go through their alcoholism and abusive behavior and relationships,
cheating on spouses, relationships,
all that. It's a persona, especially at the beginning, and that's why I wish,
especially back in the day. Nowadays, it's not looked at to be that way as much.
But to be successful, you got to retract all that.
Some of the rock stars that we like now, they just drink hot tea to protect their vocals.
Yeah, System of a Down. He's like, I don't even want to record anymore. I just want to make coffee. Yeah. So they go through these phases. They're going to try to live the persona, party like a rock star. Exactly right. I think maybe what you're talking about, your coworker was like talking shit. Maybe you've seen him with some of the alcoholism days of Eddie Vedder. Maybe.
But didn't Eddie used to play small time shows in local little
5
bars
against 1
after he was beyond famous,
like venues that only held maybe 100 people. Like, you could actually look that up. You'd see a show like hey, at your local bar or whatever. Ours is called Hangar 7, and it would be like, all right, everybody, let's go to the Hangar 7, which is out by the airport. So, and 5 against 1 is playing. They're from Seattle or whatever, and then boom, it's actually Pearl Jam.
Yes.
So that was amazing. And I knew that. I knew that years ago. When I was in high school, I knew that they were doing that. So, no, fuck that.
Yeah, because we were in late elementary, middle school when Pearl Jam blew up.
They were giving back then, even though he was doing his running into the wall phase and beating a hole in the stage and then crawling underneath of it phase. Watch some of that on YouTube. Holy shit. But yeah, they're rock stars. They're gonna wild out. They're gonna show off. They're gonna make you blow your fucking mind. And so we went and seen them in Jacksonville, and the place was sold out, of course. But they could have sold another, I think it was 1,500 tickets.
But there was tickets sold for the backstage.
Yeah,
like these people had to look at the back of Eddie Vedder's head the whole night.
So the way that they did that. They set up a whole nother stage behind their stage.
They turned it around.
Yeah. So they all
in the middle of the concert. It was amazing.
They played like 6 songs to the
back of the stage.
Another 1,500 behind them. They were like, let's open this up. This could be a curtain. This could be, when we see TSO, they don't do that. It's all one big wall. Big stage.
We've been to many concerts at this same venue.
I love Trans-Siberian Orchestra, but open that backstage. You're not doing anything with those seats anyhow. Turn around.
They might have to, though, for their cast, because they got a huge
and the pyro
cast.
And all this stuff.
Pyro. Yeah. They might have to. That might not be a possibility for them.
There's probably 50 people sitting back there waiting to get on stage just to do one song.
We've seen Stevie Nicks there. We've seen Def Leppard, Night Ranger, Foreigner.
It's just the same as any other local city. Like your Veterans Memorial Arena is what it's called over there, but whatever town, whatever city you're at, so it holds around 5,000, 5,500, something like that. It's no Madison Square Garden, but it's for them to just be like, hey, we're going to open up this back section,
turn their whole stage around,
and set up a whole nother stage.
I witnessed this firsthand. We did, yes.
And he turned around and he's like, you know what, this is for you guys. I'm going to play. And they played 6 songs just for them. So kudos to Eddie Vedder. Kudos to Pearl Jam. The whole show was amazing. Was it Def Leppard too? Right?
No, it was all Pearl Jam. It was all
just Pearl Jam. That was
another one, the 80s one. Yeah, we saw Night Ranger, Foreigner, and Def Leppard together.
Love Foreigner. I'm a Foreigner band. Better than Journey. I don't care.
Oh, shut up. That's been an ongoing argument with us. Who's better in your opinion? Send us the email at drinkaboutSomething@gmail.com. Foreigner or Journey? What's your preference?
Foreigner. I'm sorry. But, okay. So just an amazing night, amazing experience. And we just was enveloped in Pearl Jam. He put on.
We listened. We hung on to every word.
Epic.
Silent the whole time.
So
silent and teary-eyed.
There's times we've been to 1,000 different shows, seen thousands of different bands. But when you walk in...
It holds 15,000 people, by the way.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, well, wow.
I just Googed.
Oh, you Googed it?
Yeah.
So pretty big venue, pretty big event. And it was just like when you walk into that stardom, my first, honestly, Lindsay, we were at, I think it was Rockville when I seen Slash my first time. And I was just like, I've just
both of ours
walked into the epitome of a rock god, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a whole different
the whole band
vibe.
The whole band
when it's a legend
was, I think that was my first real experience was seeing a whole rock god band. Like, of course, Foo Fighters, right? Green Day, Weezer. when you Metallica, of course, when you walk into that ambience, is it ambience?
Ambience, whatever.
That when you walk into that whole vibe and you see these people that sell out stadiums and they're the hugest influence that's changed.
Shit, Def Leppard's been on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we've seen them twice.
Yeah, we've seen them twice.
But and they're still killing it. Holy shit, they're like 997 years old. Like
that was one of
killing it.
That was one of the many natural highs I've ever experienced in my life. Like we hadn't had a drop to drink, nothing in our system, and it was hoorah. Yeah.
Toodaloo.
Yeah.
that's our theme for everything. All right. Toodaloo.
Mm-hmm.
Off of Corpsewood Manor. Check that one out. The whole ambience, just everything was just a breathing circumference of just coming togetherness as one big, huge family. And he had a big message, honestly, Lindsay, whenever he was like, whenever you're typing a text message to someone you love,
and instead of love, it autocorrects to live. He said, send it anyway because
you live. Them.
Yes.
I live you.
I love you.
I live you so much. But that reverberates to me. It talked to our soul. Hell, when we see Chad Gray from Mudvayne.
Break down on stage. Yeah.
And he goes into a tangent that touched me so much, talking about creating and so it's talking about everything that is just putting your heart and soul out to something. And especially this episode, we have put our heart, and I'm so charismatic about like everything you've built up on this. And it's just been so amazing. And you've created an amazing.
And I want you to get to know these characters as much as I have. That's why I really want you to watch. Yeah. The documentary with me following this episode.
So much.
So Damien is thriving with Lori, and they were both producers on West of Memphis, and they have written books. Damien has made a career teaching magic with a K and does retreats on the practices that he used to survive death row. He does suffer from poor eyesight and cannot go anywhere without sunglasses and cannot see because of so much time spent in solitary confinement, and of course suffers from PTSD. He also suffered from a traumatic brain injury from beatings, and that he got so bad from guards that he would piss blood.
Really?
Yes.
Fucking up his kidneys, beating him up. God.
And he and Lori actually went and lived in Salem for a while because he felt that in his soul.
Well, he stepped away from what he believed in. Like, of course, he didn't.
He felt a connection with these people that went on trial for shit that they didn't do. Right. And I understand that 100%.
All the things that he was supposed to follow has led him down.
And Jason studied law in prison and completed that journey and is the co-founder of Proclaim Justice, which you can find at proclaimjustice.org. It's a nonprofit that aids in those wrongfully convicted of a crime. He married Holly. That was the partner that I talked about that ended up convincing him to please take this Alfred plea. And they are doing amazing. Now, Jessie had a little more trouble, like little things like driving without a license charge, but there's not much more on his post-release life. So that concludes our 3-part on the West Memphis Three. But I want to take a few minutes to talk about everything that I used for this journey.
I just want to take 1 second just to have a big sigh. Ready?
Yes. Now, first, I want to tell you about 2 songs. And if you listen to them, you will cry. And if you read the lyrics, you will absolutely sob. So Pearl Jam wrote a song paired up with Damien Echols called The Army Reserve. And it's on their self-titled album, Pearl Jam.
Oh.
It's beautiful. And then Eddie Vedder wrote a song for Lori Davis called Satellite on his Ukulele Songs album.
Wow.
And it's absolutely beautiful. And read the lyrics, because it will just, when you think about everything that these 2 went through to get to being married while he's on death row, and the fight that she, just fought hard to get her man out of prison, because she knew without a shadow of a doubt, she was an architect from New York.
Very songworthy.
And he's an Arkansas country boy,
Right.
you know?
Very songworthy. So are those the only 2 references that you have found as far as
Songs go?
And
yes.
movie actors and, and people that's, Lord
so of course,
stuff.
there was a collaboration album. Oh God, I didn't write the name of it, but if you look up West Memphis 3 collab, it will pull you right to that playlist on Spotify.
So here's what I'm going to say to all the listeners and everything. Like, if you find some more stuff like that, the collaboration stuff we want to see or hear.
Yes. Send us an email, drinkaboutSomething@gmail.com.
Yeah.
DM us,
Email,
find us. Yes.
Or go on the website.
DrinkaboutSomething.site.
We love all that feedback and everything. If you find something like that, we want to see it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I want to know everything.
You know what you found the other day was the Jerry driver with the Prime.
Jerry was a race car driver.
I've been riding that wave the whole time, and you didn't bring it back, and you're done. And I'm like, I wanted more of that. Like,
but we don't like Jerry Driver.
Oh, we don't. Yes. But I love Primus.
Yes, so much. We got to finally experience Primus at Rockville this year, and it was
finally
magical.
You know what?
Love you, Les Claypool.
That was our unicorn.
It was one of our. We have tried to see that fucker like 4 times, and we finally got him.
Let's talk about this. Hang on. Let's drink about it. Hang on.
Yeah.
So
I only got a swig left.
I already ate my bacon.
That was it.
They were supposed to come to Live Oak, which is Live Oak, Florida. They have a lot of big
at the Spirit of the Swanee.
Spirit of Swanee.
Halloween.
Yeah. So big festival, Primus, we couldn't make it, right? Or I think it was just one day that they were the cool band.
They were the only band that we were interested on the whole lineup, and we couldn't just get a say
$450.
Yeah, we couldn't just get a day pass. So yeah.
And then we went to Louisville.
Then we paid for them to see them at Louisville, and that one got rained out.
Yeah, or Louisville.
Louisville. It's Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Because I'm from that state, or ish. But in Kentucky, Louder Than Life, DWP, love you guys so much.
We finally got to make one successfully in 23, and that was perfect. But Les Claypool went there. But he was at Rockville 2024.
Another DWP.
Mm-hmm.
We love Rockville. We go every year.
Oh, yeah. We don't even care who's on the lineup. Our tickets are, we don't even know who is playing in 25, but honestly, we have the tickets bought.
If this keeps building, we're gonna record at Rockville. But maybe not in Rockville. They won't let
we camp there. We love it.
While we're camping, we're going to record some stuff and be like,
Yeah, in the venue, there's no signal nowhere because everybody's trying to be on that network.
Yeah, some of the things.
And they have, network blockers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we pre-record there. And, I can do the production and, all the editing and everything. Yes. But
Jose Megan, hit us up. Come to our campsite.
Yeah.
Come on our podcast. We love you.
XM Radio.
Yes.
Love Octane. Love Liquid Metal. Everything like that is just, that's our wheelhouse. But we love all genres of music. But this band that I want to talk about.
Hold on. I got to say all my sources.
Yeah.
Okay, so
go.
The sources that I used, the Paradise Lost documentaries, which I've mentioned several times. West of Memphis, mentioned several times. Damien's book, Life After Death. Listen, y'all. If you don't want to listen, read it. If you want to listen, it's 10 hours. It comes with Spotify Premium. It's included. It is a 10-hour book, and you're only supposed to be allowed like 8 hours, but it let me listen to the whole book. So download it, listen to it. Damien's book, Life After Death. It tells you everything he went through on death row. And that is in itself a whole experience, because when you're having a bad day, think about what Damien Echols went through on death row.
For him to go through all that and
survive.
To be like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and plead guilty to this, even though
he didn't do it. And he says several times, there is still a killer in my hometown that will never pay for these crimes.
I feel like that's in every town.
Oh, yeah. So I also listened to Last Podcast on the Left. They have a 3-parter. And I love those guys. They're one of the original podcasts that I ever listened to. Thanks to my good friend, Erin Russell. She got me onto them, and I have been riding their wave through almost 600 episodes.
We love you, Erin Russell fucker.
I love you so much, Erin Russell fucker. But, and then Morbid Podcast has a 4-parter because Elena and Ash, they're the hosts. Elena, she is something else for detail. She has got it. She puts in the work, and she's got like twin kids and a baby. Yeah. I'm like, good for you. Cause I couldn't do it.
And that's your whole persona on everything. Like, you're gathering stuff that you've already heard from other podcasters and things.
And then also looking up the actual stuff.
Then you do your own research. And
they're on point. They're accurate as fuck. Yeah.
You know, like my little thing is just to not know anything and just be like, laugh, chuckle. And then like, you're putting together this amazing ass fucking narrative and story. Like, everything is amazing. And I just, hey.
Oh, thank you. I still got a couple more references.
Okay, we got more of that.
So, Red Handed Podcast, I think they have a 2 or a 3-parter. I'm not 100% sure. And then True Crime Obsessed, who discusses the West of Memphis documentary. And they have an interview with Damien Echols because Jillian Pensavalle from that show is actually very good friends with him. Oh. And it's an excellent interview. If you don't listen to their coverage, listen to the interview. It's amazing. And then Devil's Knot is also highly recommended. The book, not the movie. I could not get through it because I have to listen to audiobooks because I have to be productive while I'm doing shit. And the narrator was just not compatible with my listening abilities. It bored me. But I have heard from every single person that I've heard cover this case, Devil's Knot is where it's at. They go into more detail of the court transcripts and things like that.
There's so much to this, really.
It is highly recommended, like I said, by all true crime aficionados.
So you're talking 18 years of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, the Paradise Lost is a 3-parter. And they made those movies, those documentaries until they were freed.
Oh, wow.
And that is it. Love. That's all I've got for today. And that wraps up our 3-parter that I have been so passionate about. And please listen. Don't make all of my hard work for nothing. I'm just kidding. It will never be for nothing because even if I just told it to Jessie, that's awesome.
Honestly, I would have got this anyhow, so we might as well record it and share it with you guys.
Yes. I know I've been holding back. It's been killing me to hold it back from him.
She doesn't like that. She wants to get it all out right then. But this is good. This is the most charismatic. I've just been on edge for the last 3 weeks, just going over all this, just waiting for all these parts to come out. And this is her version of it. And I got to do this too. I got to do this. I got a different one. You ready? I just want to say thank you, Lindsay, for putting all this together. And you're fucking amazing.
Virtual bow taken.
Yay. What was I fixing to go off into?
The band. What band are you plugging today?
This band.
Mm-hmm.
This band. So we talked about playing with a group down at a New Year's show. And they kicked ass. Mm-hmm. Level the Planet really kicked ass. They're just really cool guys. Adam and all the crew was just so amazing. It's heavy rock. We're playing a lot of heavy rock, but like I said, always been saying so far, send us some stuff. We actually just recently hooked up with a punk rock band. We're going to be playing them pretty soon. I'll tell a story about that. But I like to have stories. I like to have a little something, even if it comes from you guys, a little story. I can plug you. I can plug them. we'll talk about it. If it's good stuff, good quality stuff, we'll put it out there. We love different bands. We just got some stuff in Wisconsin. That band was amazing too. Squid Hammer. Oh wow.
Squid Hammer. That's what
and the
comes
song
to mind.
Hammer. That was really cool.
Sledgehammer. It's Squid Hammer. Yeah.
All right, I couldn't get it out. All right. And a Bloody Mary is kicking my ass. But anyhow, the singer from The Dude came up and was talking to me.
Oh, The Dude.
Yeah, and it's really cool band. It's an acronym. But I connected with these guys, and they weren't playing that night, but he was just like, your fucking band was amazing. I want to do everything with you guys. You guys are awesome. And we didn't see them until later on. Just amazing ass people, and we had seen them with at a show that we were at. Just kicked ass. They have a female bass player. Her name is Jonesy.
They're a 6-piece?
Yeah, 6-piece band. I spent a little time with them. I was at Throwdown at the campground, and I brought my guitar, acoustic guitar, and we hung out at the campsite, and the whole band was just hanging out with us. We played for hours, just so many different songs, cover songs just by anybody. It was just such an amazing evening, and they were so receptive. They were just like, I've played with you guys. We've hung out. We've done all this stuff, and we're one of the bands that are playing at this festival.
Distinguished Order of Disobedience.
Distinguished Order of Disobedience. Yeah, The Dude, and they're down in Sarasota. Yeah, amazing, cool band. They work their ass off. Like I see them, they do something once a week live with the band. I guess while they're practicing or whatever, they spend all that extra time just being amazing. And we seen them recently in Lake City. They came to Lake City. Well, I say recently, it was a couple months ago. They came to Lake City, and I was like, I'm not missing The Dude. I'm gonna go hang out. And walked in there, and there's Jonesy, the bass player, and she's like, "Oh God, hey, what's up? We're hanging out. We're all just having a few drinks, checking out some of the bands before they played. Of course, they were the headliner, and it's just been such an amazing evening hanging out with those guys." So yeah, Andy was there. Jonesy was there. The rest of the band was hanging out. I went and bought some merch, and we're just kind of waiting for them to go on. But Lindsay, I was wearing these ripped up pants.
Oh God.
I want to talk about these ripped up pants. So I was wearing these ripped up ass pants and like really comfortable. Did not decide to wear anything underneath of them. And I'm walking around this venue and I noticed.
Full commando.
I was commando, yes. And
we had decided to go to this show at last minute, by the way, after we had already had some we were like, it was almost bedtime. Yeah.
For us, it was 9. But let's go to the hangar, Lindsay, and I want to slap on these pants.
We didn't show there till like 10,
yeah.
10:30.
Well, it took us that long just to get our shit together.
I know. I somehow put together an outfit, man. It was badass. I had no idea.
We showed the fuck up. That was probably, maybe 50 people at Hangar 7. Smaller venue, just a good little dive bar, juke joint, whatever you want to call it down here in the South. But the Dude's playing, so we're going to check out the Dude, right? And Prophets of Demise, which is a good friend of mine. Yeah. Chris Rourke's amazing drummer, amazing dude. But the Dudes were there. So want to check out the Dude. Walked in, noticed my pants were all ripped up, and we were hanging out at the bar. We got Long Island. I'm sure you got.
I got a White Claw.
You got a White Claw. I was like, I want one Long Island, and we're gonna check out the band. And I'm gonna leave. My pants had ripped right in the crotch area, all the way over, dude. Like full on. My Pinocchio nose is like halfway hanging out. But so I'm over there hanging out with some of the band and just talking bullshit. And holy shit. Like I noticed that my thing's hanging out. And I was like, let me move this over to the side. It's Lindsay's like,
we don't have those pants anymore.
Well, I mean, they're in the closet. I'm not wearing them.
He's got to wear them with shorts.
I got to wear something underneath of them. And I was just like, hey, Andy, want to see my Packer? There it is. And I actually didn't show it, but like it could have. It's so
I said,
could
if you
have.
don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she was tripping. I was like, I can't believe this is happening, but I don't care. I'm going with it. I'm still going to check out the band because they hadn't went on yet. And he's out back. We're bullshitting. And we're cutting up about that stupid little meme that we had seen about the little bird or whatever, the pecker thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. You gotta look it up. It's a
Want
little
to see
bird.
my pecker?
Want to see my pecker?
Yeah. So the whole night was that vibe. Dude got on stage though. You know, long story short, after that, the dude got on stage, you know, fucking kicked our ass. And we went back home and I was just like, that memory, yeah. Which, you know, I did not plan, by the way.
No.
I did not plan, by the way.
Like I said, we were getting ready to go at bedtime.
By the way, there was
We
a
were
buddy.
getting ready to go out at bedtime.
There was a buddy of mine, James Holland, went up and poked his finger in the hole. And that wasn't nice because I think it touched something. I'm sure it did. And that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool with me. But I mean, okay, but it wasn't cool.
I gotta restrict you from your pants.
He poked. We're gonna throw those pants away. I
No,
swear.
you wear them with shorts.
Okay, you like those pants.
You can wear them with
You know, those are
fishnets
the most
underneath.
comfortable.
You always want to wear my fishnets,
You wanna
queen.
see? It'd be like a peep show view of. I'm gonna go to jail for wearing those again, probably. Oh, I don't know, but
Do not wear around children.
do not wear around I
No.
wear them at home.
Yeah.
But
Wear them at home when you're grilling. And like in a few minutes, we're about to throw this brisket on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
What? Yeah.
biscuit. So ready for that. God. But anyhow, dude kicked ass. Love the band. They are just killing it in Florida.
What song are we going to play of theirs?
They were just amazing. And I was just so excited just to hang out with the crew. They love us. They're just like, hey, bro, what's going on? Like, I'm gonna hang out with you, like spend so much time together, and
You got to hurry up. My back hurts.
Your back.
I had a back injury from working out this week. Welcome to the 40s.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
I'm so sorry of y'all that the Pentecostal.
Here's what we're gonna play. Yeah, by the dude.
That is
The
perfect.
Pentecostal by the dude.
We got a New Orleans or a Louisiana listener last night, and I know that Damien Echols' last location was Louisiana, and I was like, Damien Echols, is that you? Are you listening to my podcast?
Right. So share this and tag Damien Echols
Yes.
once you get into this.
If you know him, tell him I just want to hang out with him for like one day.
Yeah.
I said I won't talk about nothing about this shit. I know he's probably over it. I just want to hang out with him. He's a very interesting
We're
dude.
going to share music that he likes with him, like the
Yeah,
dude.
he mentions in his book that the best Halloween music is Midnight Syndicate, and we looked it up, and it is. That's what we're going to play while we're handing out candy on
Yeah.
Thursday. We do a whole little thing at our house. We got a nice little cul-de-sac neighborhood. We're going to be handing out the candy and playing Midnight Syndicate and having some tacos in the background.
Definitely got to do that.
The kids don't get
Halloween.
those.
Yeah, they don't get the brisket
No,
tacos.
they don't get the brisket tacos.
For Halloween, brisket tacos. It was so good. So yeah, the Pentecostal by the dude. I really dug this song.
That is perfect.
I got in the shower the other night, and I was just like, I'm gonna
Last
play the
night,
dude.
yeah.
It was last night.
You're
yeah.
like, I'm going to play the dude because I'm going to talk about them tomorrow.
I can't wait. And I'm gonna share it with all the band. They're gonna love it. We're gonna love it. Everybody's gonna love that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but always supporting Florida bands. But we're gonna reach out.
We
I
want
know-
to support everybody worldwide.
I know. a lot
Well, we
of-
got some listeners in Canada and where else?
Ireland.
Ireland. Send us your stuff, man. Anybody that's local to you guys and that you love, send us some of your local favorites.
Yeah, check
so
out
we can
your
plug
local
them.
bands. I don't care what.
Send
kind
us
of
a
genre.
song or two or five, an album.
Yeah,
Let's check it out.
yeah. We'll get into it. We gotta have stuff to do, and this project is being amazing to me.
And follow
I'm
us
enjoying it.
on Drink About Something on Instagram.
Yeah.
DrinkaboutSomething.site. Me and Jesse's personals.
Whatever.
Lindsay Stanbaugh, Jesse Stanbaugh on Facebook. I think I'm Lindsay Markham 4 on my personal Instagram. What are you on Instagram? Your personal.
Is it Jesse is a dork? I don't remember what.
I
it
don't
is.
either.
No, maybe that's my Snapchat. I don't know. Jesse Stanbaugh on Instagram.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't keep up. I'm not good with some of that stuff. Sorry.
I'm going to create a Twitter account soon too.
Oh, we're going to keep moving.
Yes, so we'll update on that on the next episode, which we'll be talking about the Salem witch trials.
Oh, yeah, we gotta dive into that. That's perfect for November.
That might be a two-parter.
So
yeah.
is that next? Mm-hmm. Salem witch trials is next. That's a good two-parter for sure. And we're going to go there. That's like going to be more than two-parters because
going way back to the past. Now that we're just going to do the Salem witch trials, but remember, there are, and we might do some of the other witch trials that were worldwide in Europe, future, and but we're going to cover Salem because that's in our wonderful United States of America.
Yes,
bloodbath and tears.
You know what? I am so excited about sharing this song. I'm just going to go ahead and go into it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, Lindsay. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Pentecostal by the Dude.
All right, you guys, we will see y'all next week for something different. Salem Witch Trials.
That's the dude with Pentecostal. Thank
That
you
was
guys.
awesome.
So awesome. We'll see you guys next Friday. And I'm excited about the Blair. The
Blair Witch.
The Blair.
Not the Blair Witch. The Salem Witch.
Trials. I'm so excited. We'll see you guys then. Peace.
Bye.